Just for a minute, forget about what's going on in the world around you. Close your eyes and let it all go away. Then open them and come along with us on an adventure as we revisit a memorable South Pacific adventure on the beautiful Oceania Marina. It's a long way from Canada to Papeete, Tahiti, but the flight is so worth it. American Airlines jetted us off from Toronto to Los Angeles, where we spent a few days before our Tahitian adventure. Then it was on to Air Tahiti Nui in their wonderful business class, en route to 6 days in Papeete. Ah, French Polynesia! We arrived late at night to our suite at Le Méridien Hotel, just outside of Papeete. Although it was too dark to see the beach just off our balcony then, we could hear the sounds of the waves crashing and the cicadas in the night. We were greeted by a bottle of champagne and leis, and the next morning we had a chance to take a look around our suite. Our spacious one-bedroom suite was at the very end of one wing with a spacious deck almost hidden among the greenery. We were really treating ourselves, and we made good use of that deck. Then it was time to enjoy the extraordinary beauty of the resort. After 6 days, we were truly acclimatized to South Pacific time. We spent our time touring the verdant beauty that is French Polynesia and exploring the town of Papeete with its colorful market and beautiful gardens. Finally, it was time to embark on our 21 days glorious trip aboard the beautiful Oceania Marina. We were experienced cruisers, but this was our first Oceania cruise. It would not be our last. With its guest capacity at 1,250, the marina is in fact larger than we usually like. However, its quiet sophistication was appealing enough to make up for it. But once on board, what we really wanted to see first was our suite. A penthouse suite, it did not disappoint. And the public areas? Well, take a look for yourself. As we left Tahiti behind, we were looking ahead to our itinerary that would take us through French Polynesia and then on to Australia. What a wonderful way to spend a Canadian winter. Our first stop, Bora Bora, and an off-road trip to the center of the island, the only way to get there. Breathtaking. Then it was off to Raiatea, the second largest of the French Polynesian Society Islands after Tahiti. We were greeted by various groups of islanders as we arrived and departed the islands. And there is no nicer feeling than the one you get when you're arriving at a new port. But leaving means there's a new adventure ahead. Next up was Pago Pago in US Samoa. Followed by Apia, Samoa. Then there were 2 ports in Fiji, where we learned about the cannibal history of the island. After a day on the island of New Caledonia, we finally reached our first stop in Australia, beautiful Brisbane. But perhaps one of the most enduring memories we will take to our graves was arriving in Sydney Harbour aboard this ship. We got up before the crack of dawn so we could be on deck to see it. Cruising into the harbour, past the famed Opera House, under the Sydney Bridge. Finally docking just outside downtown. But our adventure wasn't over. Sydney, Australia is one of those bucket list cities, one of those gems of our world, that we can only hope you'll all have a chance to visit as we all return to travel. We had the luxury of 4 days there, before that Qantas flight back to LA, then on to the Great White North. In the meantime, keep dreaming and stay tuned for more armchair travels to keep us all going until the day when all countries will once again open for business.